Hey, okay, so we are back for what will maybe be the final episode of the main story for Golden Season. And I left off in a really good spot for us. Last episode we ended right before... It's hard to read it over there because of sky. Organizing our thoughts at our little board again. So it'll help me kind of get back in the mindset here.
Faked her death and finally caught the suitcase thief. I thought we'd have this case all wrapped up.
It's been a few days for me, so I definitely needed this.
I didn't expect another Piecey would try to assassinate Madame Julie. Luckily, that mysterious patchy Piecey was there, or things could have gone really wrong.
Yeah. Even though we still don't know who she really is, or why she's doing all this, we definitely owe her our thanks.
And... I know one of my theories was that it's because of her being the patchy PC, her being other people, it's the memories of the other people causing her to act out towards these specific characters, because she's not attacking everyone. That's my current theory on that.
To be honest, with everything going on, I'm feeling pretty confused right now. Detective Nikki, do you have any new ideas?
So far, we've solved the missing journal case and uncovered the truth behind the scraps of cloth in the suitcase. Madame Julie and Leora worked together to fake her death. But so many cases remain unsolved.
So what do we have left to solve? The poisoning, we don't know. Because we don't know the missing suitcase itself, right? So, and I think those are related, which is what I think Nikki believes too. The attack, the patchy PC. I think I've gone back and forth on this. I think the patchy PC isn't... I think they weren't meant to be an assassin. I think they literally are just a random PC who escaped, and it just happens to show up at the worst time for all this crazy stuff happening. I forget the name of the girl we actually caught inside the cellar. She's the one I forget the name of every time, because I haven't spent enough time with her. She's the girl we talk to the least. With that, I assume they're questioning her right now. And she'll know the assassin. Is there anything other than that that we don't really have an answer for? I'm not sure. Okay, help me, Nikki. What am I missing? So we always go in order for this. Threadstar's Golden Vision, Missing Suitcase, and the Poisoning. Is Golden Vision what we're saying about the assassin?
If it weren't for Madame Julie and Leora stepping in, we would have never known that all of this connects back to the Threadstar from hundreds of years ago.
Yeah.
Using PCs to... It's too cruel. I can barely say it out loud. Such a heartless company.
Even though the Kingdom Guard's Operation Starstrike was a huge success, Threadstar somehow rose again. Not only cruel, but also cunning. They're preparing the Golden Vision. Maybe it's connected to Madame Julie's assassination.
Okay, yeah, I actually forgot about that.
And there's more.
Next, we'll do poison.
We never managed to catch who poisoned the Dawn's first light detergent. But now the evidence might be pointing to Colleen being the culprit.
Yeah. Okay.
She's the owner of the detergent bar, right? Hasn't she been researching the detergent industry at the Ripple Estate? She probably figured out the secret formula for Super Duper Palmed a while ago with all that digging.
So this was something I also went back and forth on. How important was it that someone was there when they gave out the Super Duper Palmed? I still think that was a really weak clue to tie us to the detective. Because other people could have just kept some. So whether or not you showed up late, I don't think was a big indicator. But it worked out, I think through luck, not through actual deduction, though. And there is a lot of luck to deduction.
And since she knows more about detergents than most PCs, this poisoning method wouldn't be hard for her.
That is true.
And there's more.
Missing
We
suitcase.
tracked the suitcase and ended up at Colleen, but she didn't actually steal the suitcase. The real thief is probably an accomplice of hers who's still hiding in the shadows.
Look at her, with that top hat and bow tie. I thought she was just a cold but decent Piecey. Turns out she's a major troublemaker.
I'm kinda glad I sussed her out immediately. I didn't stick to it well. Like, I kinda let off the gas with her. But when we first... Let me clear my throat for a second. Okay. When we first met her at night, I was instantly really suspicious of her because her story made no sense at all. I don't know what in the world she was thinking with that story. But from there, I should have honed in on that more and held it. I definitely let her off the hook. I kind of let her fade into the background, which is what she wanted, and then she got away with everything. Until the very end, when it's already potentially too late for some stuff.
Luckily, with Gordon's reagent and help from Leora and Raggy, we managed to trap her. Otherwise, she would have run off with the suitcase into the abandoned district. Why is she so desperate to move the fabric inside? What's her goal? At least we caught Colleen, found out she's part of Threadstar's remnants, and know she definitely has an accomplice. They're the ones who attacked Madame Julie.
I guess that is a good point. They know that Julie is alive because they orchestrated a second assassination attempt on her. Or I guess you could call it the first assassination attempt, and then she just faked her own death because she knew it was coming, so that was not a second one. But why would they still get the suitcase if they know she's alive? Or did the order of that actually happen right away? Like, they stole the suitcase and then immediately found out she was alive and then went to assassinate her. Because if I'm operating under the assumption that they know the suitcase is... Let me pull back the line here. Here, why is she so desperate to move the fabric inside? What's her goal? If they are really trying to get this super-powered fabric that, oh, I'm so bad with names. It's... Was it crazy and then something that almost rhymed but didn't? Our, bandage-wrapped scientist friend. He, like, super-powered this fabric. Is there something they want the actual fabric for?
She needed help to pull off the suitcase theft. Her alibi back then was just a trick. We underestimated her.
I didn't. I just forgot about her.
Ugh, one Piecey did the poisoning, the other one stole the suitcase, and they worked together so smoothly. They almost fooled us.
We are making an assumption again. Who says it's two? It could literally be like 20 people working on this. If they really are an organization that's so powerful that even after they were caught by the government and destroyed, they still exist 200 years later, at this point they're actually just like the Illuminati. They're just like some shadow government organization. So I assume there's going to be 1 million members.
Detective Nikki, who do you think stole the suitcase?
Based on our findings, Tommy was held up by Colleen, and Benny was unconscious. Neither had time to steal it.
So are we implying that it was someone we know who did the stealing? Is it like Jenny or something? Okay. Detective notes for the first light in the missing suitcase revised edition. Case of the poison dawn. Some of this we've probably already read, but I'll start from the top and we'll see. Okay, because the revised stuff. Yeah. Okay. Case of the poisoned Dawn's first light. Suspected to be committed by an external Piecey. Case of the missing suitcase. Timeline analysis excludes suspects. So we had this list initially, but that was to figure out the poisoning, not for the suitcase, I think. So let's see what revisions are. Tommy, distracted by Colleen, interrogated by Detective Nikki, had an opportunity to steal. That's the same. That's not good. So we had, internet problems a couple episodes ago, and I think last episode we didn't have any, so I hope they're not coming back. But yeah, he didn't have the opportunity to steal. That's the same, it didn't need a revision. Leora, poisoned near the crime scene, had no time to steal and no motive, because she was working on the fake death the whole time anyway, so her double-crossing it would be kind of weird, like why do it in the first place? Mr. Leon revised. Poisoned near the crime scene, had no time to steal. Probably. He had contact with the suitcase, though, right? I thought he actually made contact and then began hallucinating. Or was the contact also part of the hallucination? I'm a little weird on that, but I'll assume it's true because it's written here and my memory's not trustworthy. Colleen. Together with Tommy after the poisoning, and later accompanied by Pommy, had no opportunity to steal. There's an accomplice. What if Pommy's the accomplice? Pommy's not on this list. Benny, unconscious in the fermentation zone, had no opportunity to steal. Yeah, Benny got rolled. He got beat up. And by beat up, I think he got pushed one time. But it did, like, seriously hurt him. Mysterious Apache Piecey, uncertain. Jenny and Pommy actually aren't on the list. And if we're implying that it has to be a known named character that's the accomplice for Colleen, are we saying it just has to be the Patchy Piecey?
Leora is Madame Julie's friend. She wouldn't steal it. And Mr. Leon had hallucinations near the scene and had multiple eyewitnesses confirm his innocence. So no suspects there either.
But Colleen didn't have any time either. That only leaves the Patchy Piecey, right? But she was the one who saved Madame Julie.
It could be a different part of her, though. Because she's made up of multiple people and multiple people's minds. She can act, assuming this is how it works, because we don't have, like, concrete evidence of this. I assume it works kind of like multiple personality disorder, or whatever the new term is, because I think that's an outdated term nowadays. Where it's possible, depending on when you talk to her, she literally is different. She has a different mind. So she could be helping the scheme in 1 second, and then switch, and then be helping us. I think that's how the patching works.
I'm a bit confused now. We must have missed some key information. It seems like the Patchy Piecey's identity and motive might be the key to all this. Let's hope the truth comes out when she finally wakes up.
What mysterious past does the Patchy Piecey hold? How to interrogate the subject Piecey to trace the path to the truth. The secret of the golden vision is ripening. The final fruit is coming into focus.
Wonder how the Patchy Piecey's doing. Nikki, let's head to Prosperville to check
Oh, and that's the revised edition.
on her and Madame Julie.
The devotion of suspect Pieces. I think I wrote it in the description of last video or the one before that. Every single time I say I'm 2 episodes away from ending the quest, and then I'm not. And honestly, I sat down today and I was like, I'm probably gonna finish this episode, the main story, because there's not that many mysteries left. And then they hit me with a chapter 3 start. So it's gonna be maybe another 2 episodes of story. This story is actually really long. I know I haven't been going very fast. I've been doing shorter episodes, which is probably a good thing in general, but I am not getting as much done. For now, though. Oh, are they awake? I didn't actually look at it before we walked up. Hello.
So that was you?
I just told the guards what's happening. Thread Star's gaining momentum, but I was careless.
Leora, and that Patchy Piecey lady, what are you trying to say?
Hello, Kingdom Guards. I'm Scarlet the Seeker, former Kingdom Guard reporting in.
Miss Scarlet was a member of the Kingdom Guards. She's the one who uncovered Threadstar's plot, leading to Operation Starstrike.
Interesting. And was it the idea that Starstrike didn't succeed in fully eliminating Threadstar, and it became a strong emotion of regret or anger that then turned into you?
Also, she's Leah's mother.
That's crazy.
What? What are you talking about?
Let me explain. I discovered Threadstar's conspiracy all because of Leah. Leah was my daughter, a lovely girl. Unfortunately, she was sick and left me too soon. I always kept her little clothes by my bed, pretending she never left. I missed her dearly. Then one day, her clothes disappeared. A tiny Piecey appeared in their place. She turned to me and called me Mama. I thought this Piecey was a blessing from the gods, so I called her Leah. I cared for her fabric, we played, and I sang Leah's favorite song. Small flower braids in rows, the dreaming child with secrets glows. Ah, happy days. I always slept with a smile on my face. Until she vanished too. Gone without a trace, like she never existed. I looked everywhere, but never found her. So I started investigating all the cases of missing Pieces, hoping to find a clue. That's when I noticed Threadstar.
The castle of evil. If you're an evil organization, you gotta live in the evil castle. That's just a rule. That's how it is. So, I guess we don't really know how... Do they just, like, grab PCs off the street and cut them up? And then make outfits with them? There's not, like, a rhyme or reason?
The Kingdom Guards took it seriously, and Operation Starstrike succeeded. Threadstar was seemingly gone, but... I still wasn't able to find my dear Leah. No matter where I looked, I never saw her again. Later, I left the guards and died alone, still searching for my baby girl. I was then reborn as a Piecey.
So it wasn't a regret of not being able to stop Threadstar, it was the regret of not being able to save her daughter / find her?
This broken pocket watch stopped exactly at the time Leah left.
And that was the
I wear
item.
it always.
And it was 11:18, and that's why she mentioned 11:18 when we were... Is that when she did the Meow Meow Punch? Is that the scene the 11:18 happened at? Oh, yeah, because we noticed it was stopped at 11:18. And we weren't sure it was always on that or not. Yeah, it wasn't that they said 11:18, it was that we noticed the watch. Okay, I remember now.
I swore on it. Whether whole or broken, whether it takes a day or 100 years, I will find my Leah.
It took 200, didn't it? Wasn't this 200 years ago?
After a while, I began sewing
Or was that the
pieces
other
of the
thing?
victim Pieces onto myself, piecing together their memories to find the truth.
Interesting. So she did willingly do that, but I guess it's another thing where I don't really know how it all works, because if you stitched a person to yourself, could you just sort through their memories? And then if they didn't remember it, you just cut that piece off and keep going? Or maybe it works kind of like normal human memories and you need stimuli. So you would keep as many attached as possible so that if you saw something that just happened to be the correct stimuli, you'd have as many chances as possible of someone triggering it. That's probably how it works.
I've followed those memories ever since.
Threadstar kidnapped Leah and turned her into... That's why you were so emotional seeing Leora. You were sensing Leah.
Yes, those memories confused my mind, but I will never forget Leah's presence. Leah, my little Leah. I miss you so much.
Wind blows soft on the ridge, sending our sorrows off the bridge. Leah knows your voice.
I know. I followed Benny here because I suspected that over the decades, He's been helping Threadstar pick kidnapping targets.
Wait, so you think Benny is a member of Threadstar? That's why you attacked him?
Attack? I did chase him, but I didn't succeed.
How come...
So is it not just a gap in memory? There's another person who's doing the attacking? I don't remember the exact description Benny gave, but I think it was generic. So it's possible it does apply to other people. I think it was something like about the face or just the emotion. It wasn't, oh, it's this color with a bunch of patches. But it's been so many episodes. That was like 4 episodes ago. Nikki briefly told Scarlet about the attack on Benny.
Liar. Benny wasn't at the fermentation zone his first day at the estate. I found him there, but that was early on the second morning.
So I believe his story was that he was attacked on the first day, and then he was just in a barrel, like, knocked out for the entire day until he was found? So he... But he was there early on the second morning. So was he actually attacked? Or did he, like, injure himself? Did Colleen potentially injure him to give him, like, a pseudo-alibi? That is possible, too. But what was he doing on the first day? What could he have done that would require a setup like that? If she thinks that his job was scouting victims, So, I think that also does answer why they want the the fabric from the suitcase. Even if it's not a Piecey, it's strong whim. So it should do the same thing that a Piecey's body does anyway. Although you won't have the side effect of the memories. So it might be kind of an upgraded version. Which means the Doctor's also in danger, because if they do like the thing he made, they could go after him to have him make more.
Wait, that's the day after the first poisoning case. A whole entire day after Benny claimed he was attacked.
His first day hiding in the estate, I couldn't follow him inside. The next day, I followed him to the fermentation zone, trying to catch him.
You said he wasn't at the fermentation zone on the first day, and now you said you weren't able to follow him. So how do you know he wasn't there? Is that where you went?
I was distracted by a noise, probably one of his accomplices. He escaped, and I wasn't able to attack him.
The so-called attack was just a setup. I understand now. We need to catch Benny quickly.
Don't worry, Gordon asked Jenny to keep him locked up. Both he and Colleen have already been detained.
Unfortunately, the Piecey who attacked Julie used some forbidden power to strike from a distance. I didn't see them, so I can't be sure if it was Benny.
That's okay. You get some rest. I'll take it from here. I'm heading back to Ripple Estate to have a talk with them.
About Benny being attacked. Yeah, Threadstar denies ever attacking Benny. Interesting. I have not been super suspicious of Benny. Maybe when he first appeared? I don't remember, actually, how I felt about him when we first met him. But what was he doing? I just don't really... I don't know what he was doing that day. That he needed to hide his location by getting this alibi. Hello, Liora. I just saw you a second ago.
Benny and Colleen are held in 2 nearby knock-knock cells. It also looks like the others found these shredded fabrics on Colleen, but she won't explain why she stole the suitcase.
Well, I think it's just so they can make more outfits with it.
As for Benny, I have yet to see him. I heard he's insisting on his innocence and begging to leave the abandoned district.
No. He's actively stating to the police, hey, I'm a flight risk. You should let me post bail. I think that's the opposite of what you're supposed to do, Benny.
Suspecting an old friend must feel awful. Liora, if you ever need to talk, I'll be here for you.
It's okay, Miss Nikki. After hearing about Miss Scarlet's investigation, I had some doubts about Benny. After all, if it hadn't been for him, I wouldn't have started renting costumes from Threadstar.
Interesting. I didn't remember that Benny introduced her to Threadstar.
Huh? Didn't you start to suspect him when Threadstar got into trouble?
Threadstar was popular then, and their custom stage costumes were in high demand. Benny was a perfectionist and wanted me to rent a magical costume to boost my influence. It wasn't that strange to me.
Yeah, and they were viewed very positively because they had the newspaper article where they were being praised in the... It was an ad read, but still. You're not going to do an ad read for some terrible evil company that's killing people publicly. So it had to have been a company with good esteem at this point in time. So Benny's actions are not suspicious there.
So just like I never told Juliet
Until
about
now,
these
we
things,
know.
I never told Benny I was investigating Threadstar either. But I never expected to run into him here, right when we were tracking down Threadstar's remnants.
Returning to the abandoned district after a long time and running into so many accidents, it's hard not to be suspicious.
It does also still call into question why all this is happening. It's such a direct attack against such a high risk, low value target? Unless maybe she really is these two. They really are on the edge of destroying Threadstar for good. And they have information that's gonna do it. Because from my perspective, from what I can see, I kind of don't know why Threadstar's doing anything. They should have just chilled and just captured and killed Piecey's quietly in the background, and just not been as obvious about it.
Indeed. I've been afraid to face him because I'm worried I might get a bad answer.
Leora, were you close to Benny in the past?
Close? Yes, I suppose. As my agent, even though he was treated differently because of his facial scar, he always did his best to shield me from unwanted gatherings and fought for me to have more opportunities. I appreciated him.
So he's always had that scar, I guess.
Benny said the scar was an old injury. Did he get it back then?
No, it was even earlier. He was born from a torn piece of clothing.
Is he going to be one of the Threadstar employees who was killed?
The owner of the clothing was a struggling actor who had an accident. It happened during a very dangerous performance. Both he and the costume were left with a permanent scar, and his dreams shattered. When I met Benny, he never really spoke about it, but kept washing himself and tidying the house, as if trying to repair every broken piece of his life.
Is there any, hints or anything about him being a germaphobe? To him, I don't think so. I think it's more of just a character trait than an actual clue.
The pain from that accident, just like that scar, never faded from Benny's heart.
Maybe because of this, he was a perfectionist and very strict with me, demanding I be a perfect star in everything I did. But he also cared for me a lot, like an older brother, ironing out every crease in my costume and making sure to tidy up my messy dressing table. At every performance, he stood backstage, applauded me, and gave me a bouquet of flowers. He wanted the spotlight on me even more than I did, as if the light could also heal his scars. Sorry for rambling. The most important thing to do now is to figure out what they're hiding. I think we can start by questioning him. If what I know about him isn't entirely based on lies, then he's not someone who's good at keeping secrets.
All right, leave it to me. Momo, let's go ask Benny some questions.
And where is this jail cell? Scraps carried by Colleen. Is that all of them, or is it just some? Identical in appearance to Julie's scraps. The fake ones, not the real ones. Oh, over here! Wow. You guys have, the old-fashioned police prod sticks that don't actually really work. But they're funny. Um... Hmm. I'm trying to think. Is there... Did we ever see them interact? I don't think so. Were they together right after the poisoning incident? Hold on. Oh, sorry. I want to just really quick double check my note. One day I'll remember where it is. I need the revised edition. Unconscious in the fermentation zone, had no opportunity to steal. Together with Tommy after the poisoning, later accompanied by Pommy. I was trying to remember who they were with afterwards. It was Pommy they were with afterwards. Yeah, so I don't think we've ever seen them together.
You again? Detectives. Is it my turn to be treated like a suspect now?
Start questioning. I wonder what piece of evidence we're going to use for this. I'm actually not sure.
This is just a routine inquiry in the investigation, Benny. If you're truly innocent, I recommend that you cooperate fully and answer my questions seriously. Where were you when we were chasing Colleen in the Ripple wine cellar? Were you her accomplice in stealing the suitcase? If you have nothing to hide, why were you in such a hurry to pack and escape?
I had no idea you were chasing Colleen. How would I even know where I was at the time?
Wait, okay, yeah, I understand what he means. At first I was confused. I was like, do you have amnesia? But I get what he's saying. If he doesn't know what time the Colleen thing happened, he can't tell us where he was.
As for stealing the suitcase, wasn't that after I was knocked out? I was hit by that jittery, patchy Piecey as soon as I arrived. How could I have had time to steal anything?
I thought it was stolen on the second day he arrived. I thought he got here, he has a missing day, and then he was knocked out in the night, fakely, and then that morning it was stolen. But did I actually have my days wrong? Because I've been asking over and over, why does that first day missing matter? It might be because I just had my day wrong, and that was the day it was actually stolen. I think that's probably true. Benny attacked, description, wood stick, scissors, wood chips, Benny's journal page. Daily schedule tightly packed with time slots. I don't think that's true. Let me see, because it's 4 dots down here.
If it weren't for Colleen and Pommy finding me, I'd be dead. You wouldn't even have the chance to suspect me here. Don't waste time on me. Go after that patchy Piecey. If she hadn't been chasing me around all day, I wouldn't have been in such a rush to leave. I'm sick of the endless threats, of a career that never goes smoothly. I want to go home. Is that a crime?
Not sure what piece of evidence to use, actually. Quirky Gordon, that's what it was. Quirky Gordon. Crazy patches, broken watch. Testimony of Scarlett's account of pursuing. I guess it's this one?
Why are you showing me this? Sure, I'm not successful in my career, but I don't take on just anything that comes along. Let me out of here! If she hadn't been chasing me around all day, I wouldn't have been in such a rush
the chasing
to leave.
around all day is why I did that one.
If it weren't for Colleen and Pommy finding me, I'd be dead. You wouldn't even have the... As for stealing the suitcase, wasn't that after I was
gotta be
knocked
this.
out? I was hit by that jittery, patchy Piecey as soon as I arrived.
What does this one
How could I have
say?
had time to steal anything?
Suspected to be the weapon matching Benny's description of being struck unconscious. And evidence found at the scene of the attack on Benny, a splintered wood appears to have recently fallen with threads still attached leading in a certain direction. I might fail this one, because I don't know what I'm supposed to be clicking for this. Benny being attacked. Do I use this on this one instead of the other? Okay, I just used it on the wrong one, but that is what he was saying.
I'm afraid that what you don't know is that we've already spoken with that patchy Piecey you mentioned.
So I think there was an okay answer and a better answer, and the one they wanted was the better one, and the first one I did was the okay one.
What? That's impossible. That thing can't even form a complete sentence. How could you possibly...
Miss Scarlet has finally regained her senses. She's not some evil Piecey like you tried to frame her as. In fact, it's the opposite. You're the suspect, and that's why she's been chasing you all along. According to her testimony, your alibi doesn't hold up. In truth, all that evidence was a lie you and Colleen came up with, wasn't it? If I deduced correctly, your arrival time in the abandoned district is accurate. Windy can confirm that much, so you couldn't have faked it. But everything after that? Completely fabricated. The day you arrived, you went straight to the Ripple Estate to meet up with Colleen and set your plan to steal the suitcase.
So did he carry around a paper with a detailed itinerary just for fun? Was that supposed to be like a really strong piece of proof that he's innocent because he wrote out a list of like what he wanted to do that day? I guess that was the plan.
Colleen poisoned the detergent, and you stole the suitcase. She poisoned herself so she wouldn't be a suspect for the suitcase theft.
Exactly. After stealing it, you left the estate and met with Colleen in the fermentation zone. She always said she had a habit of doing her research at night. But once you left the estate grounds, Miss Scarlet spotted you again. Thanks to Colleen's help, you managed to escape. After that, the two of you chose to stage a fake attack scene to frame Miss Scarlet. That way, everyone at the estate would be on guard against her. She couldn't keep following you in the estate, and you had your unconscious all day alibi.
Now I get it. Even though Colleen and Pommy found you together the day before, the only one who claimed to have seen you unconscious there was Colleen herself.
Oh, okay, I see. Yes, because Colleen was the one who was walking by and noticed his arm sticking out. I also forgot that. Or his
In
leg.
reality, you never went to the fermentation zone that first day. Colleen brought Pommy to find you on purpose, making her testimony seem credible.
Was it that she was on a walk and saw Benny and then thought it was just a PC napping, but then later came back with Pommy and saw it? Or did that all happen in one interaction?
That's quite a clever conclusion. But sorry, I'm just a failed talent scout. I don't get all the twists of this case, and I'm not interested in your detective games. I have no idea why that lunatic Piecey suddenly started spouting all this. The only thing I know is that she kept chasing and attacking me, and caused me a lot of trouble. If you insist on believing that maniac and refuse to believe me, well then, I've got nothing more to say. Suit yourselves.
What do we do, Nikki? He still won't confess. If he keeps insisting Miss Scarlet is lying, we can't really prove otherwise.
I would rather believe Miss Scarlet's testimony, but with both sides telling a different story, we can't use this as evidence to convince Benny.
True.
Let's talk to Colleen again. If we can prove she gave Benny false testimony, we can completely shatter their lies.
And we gotta keep them separated.
So now you've sent a human and this little yellow furball. I'm not in the mood to talk.
Start questioning. So, I need to redeem myself.
Colleen, refusing to talk
Last one
won't
went
help.
bad.
Since you had the guts to steal Madame Julie's suitcase, you should have been prepared for the truth to eventually reveal itself. Since things have progressed this far, you might as well cooperate and tell us your reasoning for stealing the suitcase. You're so gentle with the birds, so why stay loyal to a cruel organization like Threadstar?
Steal a suitcase? Nonsense. You were chasing me so fiercely that I got scared and hid for my own safety, that's all. I didn't steal anything.
Nothing there.
Little birds, Threadstar. I don't know a thing about them.
I probably have evidence of Colleen talking about Threadstar I use on that.
I've heard the name Julie, though. Some kind of sovereign of sexy. She delayed her trip. What does that have to do with me? Little birds,
Let's see if
Threadstar.
this is true.
I don't know a thing about them.
Identical to Julie's. Sharp, forceful stroke. Disappointing. Interesting. This is for the birds, I guess? I don't know.
You just
Nope.
show me this random
True,
garbage
it
and you
is.
expect me to talk. Ridiculous. Little birds, Threadstar. I don't know a thing about them.
I am definitely off my game today. Designed to replicate Julie's material. Let's see if there's a better line for that.
I've heard the name Julie, though. Some kind of sovereign of sexy. She delayed her trip. What does that have to do with me?
Let's try line one.
Suitcase. Nonsense. You were chasing me so fiercely that I got scared
No.
and hid from little birds, Threadstar. I don't know a thing about them.
Suitcase found at the suspected suitcase thief's hideout, confirmed to be the same one held Julie's scraps. Its surface is now covered in dirt. Is it just the scraps she had? Scraps carried by Colleen?
You just
That's
showed
what
me
I
this
just
random
clicked, isn't
garbage
it?
and you
I'm
expect
so
me to
silly.
talk. Little birds, Threadstar. I don't know a thing about
Oh no, I did this one last time. Ledger found at the suspect's suitcase's thief's hideout, documenting Threadstar's numerous crimes.
You just show me this
I'm
random
gonna lose.
garbage and you expect me to talk. Little birds,
I don't know
Threadstar.
what-
I don't know a thing
I guess I'll
about
discuss
them.
with Momo.
How can you be acting so calm? Who even is this Colleen?
Little birds,
Nope.
Threadstar. I don't know a thing. I've heard the name
What if I
Julie,
click you
though.
here?
How can you...
Nope.
I've heard the name Julie, though. Some kind of sovereign of sexy. She delayed her trip. What does that have to do with me?
Julie's scraps. Now do I do the scraps carried?
You just show me this
I'm
random
actually
garbage
gonna
and you
lose.
expect
I
me to
don't know what I'm
talk.
supposed to click.
Ridiculous. I've heard the name Julie, though. Some kind of sovereign of sexy.
The first one
She
we did
delayed
were
her
so
trip.
obvious,
What
and I
does
feel
that
like
have to
this
do
one
with
I
me?
don't even understand at all. I guess let's do
You
that.
just
Yeah.
show me this.
I actually lost the interrogation, and I don't even know. Like, do I have to guess everything? I don't get it. I'm sorry, Colleen, let me
So,
talk again. I am in trouble.
Colleen, refusing to talk won't help. Since you had the guts to steal Madame Julie's suitcase, since things have progressed this far, you might as well
things
cooperate
the
and tell
same?
us your reasoning for stealing
Yeah.
Steal a suitcase? Nonsense. You were chasing me so fiercely that I got scared.
It
and
is
hid
the
for my own
first one.
safety.
What?
That's all. I didn't steal anything.
What? Is it because she had the scraps and she said she didn't steal anything? It is that. Weird.
Scraps were found in your possession. Still going to deny it?
So I understand now that I've like got the solution how to work backwards from it. But that wording is a very weird connection that I don't think my brain would make. So I guess what I'm learning is for the first like detective interrogation stuff, my brain was wired the same way as the people who wrote it, and for this one, mine is off for sure. Because I'm really struggling to get the angle they're coming at. I'm like coming at it from a different angle, and it's making it so I just have to guess.
Just some cloth scraps. I use them to test detergents. What? Is there a rule against bringing your own scraps to Ripple Estate?
Probably not.
If they were really just scraps for testing detergent, why did you keep carrying them while running away? Even when you were cornered, you still wouldn't let them go.
I'm a professional detergent bar owner. I have my reasons.
Ooh. Another line.
Besides, you suddenly chased me. I didn't have time to think about what I was carrying. If you can't prove where these scraps came
Oh,
from,
Momo's helping me.
stop wasting my time.
Can't prove where they came from. Is it the suitcase?
I hate
Nope.
repeating myself. Last time. Prove where the scraps came from, or stop the nonsense. If you can't prove
Is
where
it
these
going to
scraps
be,
came from, stop wasting my time.
I forgot his name already. Our buddy who does the science. Julie's scraps. Yeah, Quirky Gordon. Okay, yeah. I was looking for the one that talked about him.
Colleen, does this piece
So that
look
one I knew.
familiar? We found it near Madame Julie's suitcase at Golden Fields. The one you didn't manage to take. If we compare this piece with the scraps we found on you, it will prove they're the same fabric. Or do you need to see a lab report before you'll admit it?
I actually left a piece behind.
Looks like you just admitted to being the suitcase thief. Now, one more question.
Why?
Benny was your accomplice, wasn't he? His so-called coma was just your cover. He was never attacked at all, was he?
And what does it matter if I am the suitcase thief? Give it up. I'll never tell you anything else.
Momo's gonna tell us again which one's right.
As for
Yeah,
Benny,
here.
I'd never seen him before I came here. And I'd never bother faking evidence for him.
Evidence that she met with Benny? Testimony recorded Scarlett's account of pursuing Benny. Benny works at ThreadStars. Let's see. Jolie's Special Express. Yeah, Tommy and Leon. Leora Colleen. We don't have Benny's arrival, though, at all. That's not even an evidence piece. Benny's... Oh, it probably says that he meets with Colleen in his journal, doesn't it? Meet contact. Search for target. Okay, at least, even though he writes out the crimes he's going to do and what time he's going to do them, at least he doesn't just write, meet Colleen. So there's still something ticking in his brain when he was writing that. I don't think that, yeah, I don't think that matters. I don't think that matters. I don't think that matters. It has to be one of these. I guess Benny working for ThreadStars is just what I'm presenting?
Why bother
Nope.
asking?
Okay.
I already admitted I stole it. Just leave me alone. As for Benny, I'd never seen him
Is it
before
this
I
then?
came here.
The arrival
I'd
times?
never bother
But
faking evidence
it's not
for
on
him.
here.
Why bother asking?
No.
As for Benny,
Okay, this is
I'd never
bad.
seen him before I came here. I'd never bother faking evidence for him.
I guess it has to be the wooden stick, because that's faking evidence.
Why bother asking?
Oh
As for
no,
Benny,
I'm going to
I'd
fail.
never seen him before I came here. And I'd never bother faking evidence for him.
Oh, the scissors were left there, but Benny didn't have new injuries, so is that what we're saying? That's the fake evidence?
Why bother
Okay,
asking?
no, I just lose. I am so stupid. I literally clicked 5 out of 6 things. It's the last one is the one that's correct. And I'm gonna have to do all of it over again,
So-
aren't I? Please, skip to the third one.
Colleen, refusing to talk won't help. Since you had the guts... Since things have progressed this far, you might as well cooperate and tell...
Steal a suitcase? Nonsense. You were chasing me so fiercely that I got scared and hid
This
for my own safety.
is-
That's all. I didn't steal anything.
Oh, now I have to remember. Didn't steal anything. It's the scraps carried by Colleen.
Those scraps were found...
And then we skip this.
Just some club.
If they were really just scraps for testing...
Okay.
I'm a professional
Is that
detergent bar
evidence?
owner.
Nope, it's
I have
line
no
3
reason.
on this one.
Besides, if you can't prove where these scraps came from, stop wasting my time.
And it's the one that talks about Quirky Gordon. Okay, we're back.
Colleen,
I guessed
This
5
piece
of
looks
6
familiar.
things wrong.
we found it near Madame Julie's suitcase
Do I
at Golden
remember which
Fields.
one I didn't click?
If we compare this
gotta skip
piece
through
with
this.
the scraps we found... Looks like you just admit Benny was your accomplice.
And what does it
Okay,
matter if
number
I...
2.
As for Benny, I'd never seen him before.
Benny's journal page. I don't know why this is
Benny's
correct. It's the
note
one
said
I
he
thought
often
didn't
visits
work.
the Nightshade Lounge. The very one you own, Colleen. He even pays monthly tabs.
Okay, it was that final section. And the tab at the bottom he's paying is for the bar. I didn't remember the name of Colleen's bar, so there was no way I was getting that. I should have remembered, because we've talked about it multiple times that Colleen does have the bar, because that's why they claimed they were out at night, was for ingredients. That was pretty bad of me. Again, my brain is not connecting at all with these for some reason. It's just the wiring is all different.
A hands-on bar owner that goes as far as to personally test detergents, and even carries around test fabric scraps just in case. And yet you claim to never have met someone who's obviously a regular customer of theirs. What a liar.
That fool. Of all the things, how could he drop this page? Stupid. Utterly stupid.
True.
It's over, Colleen. No denying it now. You and Benny were a team, poisoning the Dawn's First Light detergent just to steal that suitcase. Why? What is this golden vision? Why kidnap so many Pieceys? Why target Madame Julie? Don't you think enough Pieceys died already? Colleen, it's not too late. Tell us the truth, and we can stop more Pieceys from being lost.
So I guess I'm still on the idea that they're stealing the suitcase because it's a pure form of energy for the clothing that doesn't have a personality mixed in?
Fine, I do know Benny. But just like you said, it's nothing more than a bar owner and a regular. I'd never risk faking evidence for a customer. And even if he came fairly often, I never liked that man. What a pretentious fool.
What do we do, Nikki? This is the most stubborn Piecey I've ever seen. She's still not telling us anything.
If she refuses to talk, we have no way to keep investigating. Momo, we need to find a flaw in her collaboration with Benny. Maybe we can start from here.
The journal page or the details from when Benny was found? I still don't really understand his journal page. Let's start from here.
I've got it! Colleen, could you please describe the state you found Benny in for us? If you are both telling the truth about what happened, both of your stories should match perfectly, right?
So she said he was in a barrel with his arm and leg sticking out? Is that what it was?
Didn't I already explain when I brought that PC back? Oh, you know I hate repeating myself.
I don't just want the broad story, I need the details. For example, what was the weather like that day? What scent of detergent did the fermentation zone smell like? And what condition
Was Benny in, is what that said at the end. Do they? It must be a new detail.
Benny in? Come on, Colleen. Answer these few questions and I won't bother you anymore.
Fine. That early morning. Actually, the very morning of the Dawn's First Light chaos. I went to check the fermentation zone and saw a buttonfoot and a white glove coming from the wooden barrel house.
Okay, I remember that. That's consistent. What did Benny say? Does his story contradict that somehow?
The weather was just normal. The air carried the scent of aroma lily, which gave me a headache. As for Benny, I thought he was just a worker resting, so I didn't pay much attention. I had no idea it was him.
Yes, and she did say that as well.
Then the next day, you brought Pommy with you, and he was still there. Pommy checked, and that's when you realized it was Benny, knocked out from the attack?
Yes.
Correct. But you already know that, don't you?
So where are we going to get the contradiction from?
The morning after the poisoning incident, the weather was fine, and the air smelled of flight fruit. He was lying in the exact same spot, still unconscious. Just one blow to the back of the head, and he's out that long. How pathetic.
Is it the blow to the back of the head is a slip-up? Because wasn't the initial thing that it was like a tackle? Like they ran at them and just pushed him into the wall?
Now, is that enough? Don't bother me anymore.
Okay, so that's just getting her testimony, and then we just need Benny's testimony.
Come on. Is this ever going to end? I want to go home, you hear me? Home!
Start questioning. Oh no, here we go. I'm probably going to use
We have
Colleen's
one
thing we
final
just got.
question. If you can answer it honestly, then maybe you can go home sooner.
So there should only be one piece of evidence.
Please describe your experience of being attacked and knocked out, and when Colleen and Pommy found you.
Oh, questions, questions. Why so many questions? I already told you. I arrived that very morning when the Dawn's First Light incident happened.
Oh, we gotta listen to all of them. Momo might tell me again.
It was still dark when I reached the estate. I got lost for a while before I found the fermentation zone, and then ran into that sneaky Piecey. As for the weather, it was pitch dark. Who knows what the weather was like? The scent? Probably something like wool fruit. I was really tired at the time. I just wanted to ask for directions. Then suddenly she attacked me and knocked me out. When I woke up, Pommy and the others had already taken me back to the estate. That's all I know.
So maybe that one? Let me reread the beginning.
Questions, questions. Why so many questions?
I think we know that's wrong, though, right? No, we know that's right.
When the Dawn's First Light incident happened.
It's just that he lied about being knocked
It was
unconscious.
still dark when I reached the estate. I got lost for a while before I found the fermentation zone, and then ran into that sneaky Piecey.
Okay, and this, we give the testimony of the PC. No. She suspects. Denied ever attacking Benny. Does this say about the days? I only followed Benny to the fermentation early hours of the day after the poisoning incident.
Enough already.
Okay, I
Trap
am...
me here. Ask all
Like,
these
actually,
questions.
something's
Show me
wrong
all
with
of
my
this
brain.
Nonsense. What more do you want from me? It was still dark when
I'm
I reached
incapable.
the estate.
Momo, discuss with me,
Still
please.
bad-mouthing Miss Scarlet. Ooh, I just want to scratch him.
I
It was
wanted
still
more help,
dark when I
Momo.
reached the estate. As for the weather, it was pitch dark. Who knows what the weather was like? The scent? Probably something.
This is rough.
Then suddenly she attacked me and knocked me out.
I guess I'm gonna
I
do
woke up,
this
Pommy
one.
And the others had already taken me back to the estate. That's all I know. Enough already.
No.
Then suddenly she attacked me and knocked me out. When I woke up, Pommy and the others had already taken me back to the estate.
I don't
That's
think that's
all
gonna
I
be
know.
true either. She included many details such as the weather and aroma. Okay. Poisoning incident. Flight fruit. Where's weather? Weather was fine. Okay. Let's go to the one where he talks
As for
about
the
weather.
It was pitch dark. Who knows what the weather was like? The scent?
Not that. It's
Probably something like wool fruit. I was really
This.
tired at the time.
Okay. Reading those
all
helps a
true?
little, but I'm still so
Because
bad.
That's not at all what Colleen said. Take a closer look. Her account of the first time she saw you doesn't match yours at all.
To be honest, a guy who was apparently hit in the head with a stick. I don't trust his recollection of what the weather was like the day he got hit in the head. I don't put much weight on that.
What? It should match. I was just lying there unconscious and...
You noticed too, right? She said the fermentation zone smelled of aroma lily, but you said wool fruit. If I didn't know any better, I'd say one of you wasn't there.
To be honest, this is the type of mistake I would make. And I'd be so mad if I got sentenced to jail for something like this. A store got robbed and I say it smelled like peanut butter in there and they're like, actually, it smelled like lemons. And then I go to jail. I would be furious.
I just got it wrong. It was a mistake.
Benny, don't you think it's a bit too late to change your story and say the scent was aroma lily? Aroma lily's smell is so distinct. No one would believe your side of the story now.
Distinct to your nose. Not everyone has the same nose.
The fermentation zone always starts releasing the scent of that day's ingredients after 3 a.m., but you and Colleen described completely different smells. If you're not lying, then how do you explain that?
And that 3 a.m. thing was described on the note that was at the building.
No, I just made a mistake. I didn't... No, I never smelled anything. You pressured me into saying something, so I just blurted it out.
That, I think, is like a completely reasonable statement. That's why you have lawyers.
Wait, I remember. I remember now. It wasn't past 3 a.m. when I arrived. I got to the abandoned district by 2 a.m., so I wasn't lost that long.
There's no way we can counter that with evidence.
I wandered a bit after that, of course, but not for long. Then I saw that crazy Piecey's pocket watch. It read 2:30.
We know it doesn't. Broken pocket watch. It is broken. It's
You made a
11:18.
huge mistake, Benny. You keep trying to frame Ms. Scarlet, but you don't know her story, or the spirit and the sheer willpower behind her pursuit. That pocket watch was broken from the start. It's forever stuck at 11:18, the time Ms. Scarlet lost her daughter.
Broken? Always broken? Lost her daughter. No, I don't understand.
Her daughter was murdered by Threadstar. You couldn't have seen 2:30 on that watch, so you're lying. Benny, I suggest you confess. It's over, Benny. Time to admit you lied.
We already know your background. You're both Threadstar's villains, sent to the abandoned district to carry out the Golden Vision, right?
This is your last chance to redeem yourself. Tell us why you stole the suitcase, and why you tried to kill Madame Julie. And stop working for Threadstar.
I do want to point out, we also don't know if there's a third or beyond person working for them here that could still be operating as we speak.
Come clean and we'll go easy on you. If you're honest, you'll get a lighter sentence.
No. Prison? Impossible. I have no idea what you're talking about. What Threadstar? What about killing Julie? I don't know anything. As for the scent in the pocket watch, who knows? Maybe I just misread it.
You're just the type who won't cry until death's staring you right in the face.
That's kind of why you have to be innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. If we don't have actual solid evidence on him, he kind of has to confess, or we just gotta let him go.
What evidence do you have that proves I work for Threadstar? Show me. How can you verify that I helped Colleen steal the suitcase?
Can I verify it with actual evidence? Not unless I, find the suitcase, I guess.
You caught her, right? You should find the suitcase and the cloth on her. If so, then lock her up!
You're ruthless. Your ally doesn't matter to you at all?
Why should I care about what happens to her? I just want to go home already. I don't want to stay in this place for another moment. Go away, detective. Without solid evidence, don't expect to hear another word from me.
Nikki, looks like they're both refusing to cooperate. We should figure out our next move.
Discuss with Momo.
Phew. These two are hard to deal with. They're starting to crack, but they still won't confess.
Don't lose hope, Momo. At least we know they're partners now. Benny's so-called attack probably aligns with my theory. It's just a story they made up. Threadstar must have sent a few members to the abandoned district to carry out the Golden Vision.
Well, what exactly is the Golden Vision? And why would they want to hurt Madame Julie so badly? What should we do now, Detective Nikki? Their lips are totally zipped. Not even a hint. How are we supposed to piece the story together when we have no clues at all?
Hold on. Like I've said before, no matter how perfect a crime seems, if you look closely enough, cracks will always show. Bad seeds only grow bad fruit.
Ideas we haven't used yet. The only thing I can think of right now is the fact that we still don't know where the suitcase itself is.
I doubt that we're going to get any more information from Colleen. She would rather confess to stealing the suitcase and accept being punished than tell us what really happened.
Ugh. Colleen is a pretty tough cookie, you know that? I mean, even if I pulled out my razor-sharp claws, I don't think she would be fazed in the slightest. She's just that tough.
But there might still be a chance with Benny. He's desperately denying it, and he insists there isn't any evidence. But if we find solid proof, we might crack him.
But where?
Unfortunately, the assassination attempt on Madame Julie has no witnesses, and it's hard to find clues from the Esslings. That route probably won't work.
Should we start with the missing suitcase case?
Yeah. If we can prove that Benny stole the suitcase during all of the detergent poisoning chaos, He won't be able to deny it.
How would we prove it? Would it be something silly, like the suitcase is washed and Benny loves washing things? Because does he have any distinctive things that would alert us? I don't know.
And if we can prove Benny's a member of Threadstar, identifying his motive, he probably won't have much of an argument.
Makes sense. Detective Nikki, where do you think would be the very best place to start looking for evidence? Your trusty assistant Momo is here and ready to go whenever you need me. Just point me in the right direction and I'll get on it right away.
I honestly have no idea where the suitcase is. Is it going to be in the old cellar again?
Whether it's Threadstar or Benny, the Pieceys in the abandoned district might not be familiar with them. We'll probably find clues asking guests from Sichia. How about we start by talking to...
I want to talk to Mr. Leon.
Mr. Leon. He was right there when the suitcase was stolen. We only discovered Gordon's false testimony thanks to his statement. Maybe he can tell us more details about the theft.
Was he the one who kind of saw, like, figments of people in his delusion? I can't remember. Someone saw that.
Alright, let's get going. With Nikki on the case, we've got this.
Wow, this has been a disaster for me. I've been doing so bad. So, I think we still have a decent bit left. I don't think we're about to hit the end. So, I think I stop here, and then maybe next episode will be the conclusion. Because I think we are close, but again, I've said this every episode that I think we're close. And I don't want to have, like, the first 15 minutes of next episode be, like, one cutscene and then the quest ends. So if I end now, I think it'll be closer to what we actually need it to be. Right now, what am I thinking happened? I don't know. Obviously, I think at this point, it's built up to the point where Colleen and Benny have to be guilty. I'd be very surprised if they switch it and they're not. But, and I've already stated, I think I know why they stole the fabric. The suitcase, I assume they just ditched it because you don't need it. So my guess, if I had... Oh, I pressed my bell. My guess would be that it would be just somewhere in the old cellar in the water. Like, as Colleen was running away, she grabbed the fabric out and then just tossed the case into the water because she doesn't need it. That would be my guess as to where it would be. I think we are going to actually find it, though. It's probably hidden somewhere weird. Or Mr. Leon might just have it, because he's silly like that. I guess we'll find out. I still don't know how the assassination worked. That's another big one. Because it was described weirdly. Where I think it was just a group of Esslings that attacked her, and then someone did an energy blast from far away. Benny, are you capable of doing energy blasts, or is, like, Giovanni here? Just randomly. Is Giovanni part of Threadstar? Is that where this is going to lead to? Who else? The energy blast thing is weird. It might just be an Essling attack, is all that was. But yeah, I am embarrassed again by my performance. This update has had the worst I've ever done in puzzles. We had that episode end a couple episodes ago where I had to look up the solution to the spot the difference. And in this episode, did I fail twice? Or 3 times? The one over here, where I picked every option except the right one, was super embarrassing. But this was a disaster. I know mentally I'm not fully locked in today. That's another reason why I think it's better for me to end now rather than go another like 30 to 45 minutes today. Is maybe tomorrow or the next day, I'm not sure which. I'll record one of those two. Maybe I'll be a little more locked in. I wanted to have this... So this episode is being recorded on the 11th. And there's 3 days left on this. So this episode will go up when there's 1 day left on this. So the first day of the new 4 stars will be the episode after this one. Which means if I do record this, it's probably going to Yeah, I probably will record. I'll try one more episode and try to finish the main story so we have it done before the 4 stars are out. Although technically it'll be day 1 of the 4 stars for real time. And then I'll be 2 or 3 days delayed with my reactions to the new outfits. And I haven't talked about it for a little bit, but ooh, resonate button. I don't want to hover my mouse over it. I'll click it accidentally. I still want it. I do. I really do. Okay. Anyway, for now, I'm just going to go ahead and go. Bye.